2013 season started off a little differently. We didn't have as much time to scout or even look for these deer. I threw up a couple of trail cameras and finally pulled up some decent pictures of this nice buck that I was after. I saw he had split G3s, really good looking buck. Didn't have much time to scout him, so I wasn't exactly sure where he was, but I did have an idea. He was my main goal. I had one goal to find this buck. I knew there was another one with him, but my main goal was to go after this giant buck. But Saturday night, it was a nasty night. It was sort of rainy. It was cooling down a little bit, and I just had the urge to go. I couldn't find anyone to go with me, so I jumped in the truck and headed out myself. Got in the tree stand, and as soon as I climbed up in my tree stand, I strapped my tree arm on. I was filming myself, so I strapped my tree arm on, and I looked to my right, and he was out chasing a doe already. I saw a couple of small buck with good shooting light, and I knew the buck was around because we were in a crepe field, so I figured they'd be circling at some point. And the sun really started to set. It was just at the end of legal shooting hours, and I heard a grunt like 200 yards away from the opposite end of the field. And after I heard the grunt, I grunted back at him twice, and before you know it, I hear him coming through the crepe. It was a dead silent night. Everything just calmed down. It was a little rainy, so everything was quiet, just completely calm. I heard footprints coming. I looked to my left, and I could see his horns coming. Like I was saying earlier, it's all about the perfect film. I didn't think the film was perfect, so I was adjusting my camera, and the doe looked up and didn't see me, but they walked forward, and he walked into place and stood. Perfect opportunity. I don't know how it all happened, but I drew back, got right on him, held for a minute, and released. Illuminox smacked, took off perfectly. I mean, he tore off across this field. I could see the Illuminox just bounce up and down the field, then just flip. He starts flipping through the field, and I thought it was great, perfect. So I came back like an hour later with my dad. We let him set for a little. I didn't have anyone to film me, so my dad came along with me, which was a great experience because I got to film with my dad a little bit. It was funny to watch him walking behind me with the camera. I never thought I'd see the day. This time I'm on an all-time high. I mean, I'm just super pumped. Got home, got some nice pictures with him in the back of my truck, backed him up. I get home to watch my film, and everything looked great, but my volume wasn't working. So I had some issues with my volume before, so I'm calling Canon. I'm like, listen, I have some really important footage on here. I'm hoping my camera's all right. They were walking me through all these steps, and everything was fine until the last thing. They're like, okay, check your external microphone. Is it on power source or is it on auto? And it was not on the correct setting. I had no volume for this entire footage. My sister and my dad looked at me, and I almost started crying because I was so upset. I just smacked a beautiful buck on film with no volume. You know, even if you're not hunting, filming's just as fun to be out there with someone you enjoy and to be in God's creation and try and smack a big one.